wonderful job putting together that intro music right there for us to go with that. And as it was saying there in the comments on that, please be sure to make sure that you have your microphones muted. If you have any questions, please put those in the chat function on the side. Angie's going to be monitoring those, and if it's something that needs to be asked immediately due to the topic that we're on, she'll be sure and go ahead and make sure that Cindy and Tim know that. And if not, it's something that can wait till the end of this tech talk, then we'll wait till the end of that to do so. But again, welcome. Thank you all for making it in here today. We know that Thanksgiving is right on the horizon, and there's a lot of things that we have to be thankful for in West Virginia. And I'm going to be on a little bit of a personal note. I know in the times of COVID-19, there's a lot of things that are frustrating to us, and it's easy to overlook some things. But one thing that COVID has changed for me in the coming week is I'm going to go from having 2 Thanksgivings on the same day to I'm going to have 4 separate Thanksgiving dinners throughout the week. So that's just more turkey, more mashed potatoes and gravy, more homemade hot rolls. And I'm very thankful for that little tweak there. Another thing I'm very thankful for is the staff that we have here in our office, specifically Cindy and Tim, and the work that they've been doing to come up with today's presentation on marketing your adult ed programs. Again, marketing is a very important piece that makes me think back of something I learned in college. That's the theory of Deuteronomy. And that theory states that he who doesn't tooteth his own horn will not have his horn tooted. So that's a lot about what marketing is. No one cares about your programs as much as you do as the marketer, and being able to develop a good marketing plan to create awareness and recruit students is very vital and important. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Cindy Sundstrom, Tim Anderson, to go over with you some very key takeaways that you can use to better market your adult ed program. So Cindy and Tim, take it away.
Nathan, thank you. That was a great intro, and I love the analogy for marketing. That is awesome. It's a pleasure to be here with you today. Thank you for tuning in, and we hope that this presentation will offer some tidbits and some, maybe give you an appetizer for some information that you want to, develop further if you are not doing it already. At that time, I will bring up the slide show here. Give me just a second. Please let me know if you can see it. Okay, here we go. Adult marketing, education. I've been on the committee for a couple years now, and we're striving hard to increase our numbers and to assist and help the local sites. You do know it best, but any way we can help you, we want to. Overview: the Office of Adult Education was established a marketing committee with representatives from the HSE, Option Pathway, Public Service Training, Spokes, TANF, Adult Education, West Virginia Adult Ed Professional Development, West Virginia Career ACE, and the West Virginia Department of Communication. So we're represented well. We try to include everybody because everybody brings something to the table, and we strive to promote the state and promote what we're doing as best we can. The committee has regularly met since 2018 to address unique marketing needs of West Virginia Adult Ed and its audience. Why market AE programs? Adult students are not mandated to attend, which is the caveat here, so to speak. These people, they have needs. They need training. They need their high school diplomas, and it's a life-changing event. Our teachers are critical to this. And it makes a huge difference in the lives of the people and the families of the people that these services touch. Unlike K-12, adult education students are not mandated to attend classes. To justify programs, there must be a need. And we looked at the U.S. Census data, and it states 26.3% of adults in West Virginia have a degree above a high school diploma, some post-secondary degree, associates, bachelor's, master's, professional, and doctorate. Continuing here, 59% of the population in West Virginia has a high school diploma. High school diploma or equivalent is a possibility of some college, but not post-secondary degrees. We all know in this, we're an educated crowd here, that education makes a difference. For me personally, it made the difference between, I look back at my career, and education was the life-changing event for me. And continuing my education made a difference down the road. I frankly don't know where I'd be or what I'd be doing if I hadn't gone back to school in my early 30s. It's made a huge difference in my life. And for these people that don't have a high school diploma, it's a difference between better pay. It's different. It helps the families. These kids benefit from, that are in these families, benefit from a better educated parent, and it makes our world better. Statewide, our goal is to provide educational services to 9,000 to 10,000 students. For fiscal year 2020, the total enrollment of students who attended our programs was 9,654. Educational services are available at no cost to the learners and are designed to meet the needs of not designed to meet the educational needs of the individual. For example, Microsoft certification. Target populations for us, adults and out-of-school youth seeking a high school equivalency diploma. For some students, school doesn't go well and they end up dropping out, or they fall through the cracks. But at some point in time, when they get out into the real world, they see that it's a hard place. And if you don't bring something to the table, at least a high school diploma, it can mean the difference between, being in a job that doesn't move forward very fast or it doesn't pay very much. Adults preparing for college entrance, this is some of the services we do offer, and we need to utilize these more. For enrollment in other post-secondary education or training, we offer a lot of services, and we should market that. It's probably one of the best kept secrets in our communities. Unemployed, underskilled workers seeking to obtain or retain a job or to get a promotion. It takes a lot of tenacity for somebody who works all day long to try to get their education, or to if they have a job where they can come in and get some of these services. You've got to want it. But if it's there, and we want to offer it if we can. Adults seeking to improve basic academic and computer skills for daily living. It's hard to have a job nowadays. You don't have to have some computer training. Teenage high school dropouts seeking to obtain or retain a driver's license. Continued, parents of young children of adults with limited English proficiency, seeking to improve English language skills or prepare for U.S. citizenship or naturalization. To me personally, I think it would be difficult for me to end up in, let's say, India, trying to scratch and claw my way into the society. So for these people who come here that don't speak our language, I can only imagine the challenges. Adults in correctional facilities and regional jails. We want these people to come out and become productive members of society. And for some of them, this may be the first chance they've ever really had to get their high school diploma or pick up skills that they can gain employment when they leave. Recipients of public assistance. Residents of homeless shelters and domestic violence shelters. And this is one of the things that our adult ed facilities do so well, is they address the other intangibles other than education. It's kind of hard to worry about learning algebra if you're getting beat, so to speak. Home-based adult learners seeking online basic skills and opportunities. And I will finish up with national initiatives, COABE. They're wanting to ignite advocacy committee, which maintains constant contact with the legislature, promotes student success, and promotes graduation day to legislatures. So COABE goes out there and they actively pursue the legislature and try to promote what we're doing as a profession and put the best spin on what we're trying to do. Move Ahead initiative, which during our COVID-19 opportunities, social media posts and press releases. I'm getting ready to send it to my colleague now, Ms. Cindy Sundstrom.
Good morning, and I want to thank Tim and Nathan for that introduction. The national initiatives for COABE. COABE is our national organization that we work with, and so they help us reach out to a lot of different target populations, such as our legislators, which they do a lot of work with that to help with our funding. And so the Move Ahead initiative was actually the initiative, the COVID-19 response that they came up with, and they developed it to provide outreach materials to help adult education organizations communicate the value of adult education, let people know that we are still open. And so they developed some press release templates and some social media and website briefs, and actually we have, with help through communications here at the department, we've utilized some of that stuff, and we have put it on the Facebook, the department Facebook, and the department website. The state initiatives, this is what we're doing here at the state. This is what some of the things that the committee has come up with. We developed a new West Virginia Adult Ed logo and tagline, and you can see it there on the PowerPoint. It's West Virginia Adult Ed, Learn, Train, Succeed. And using that, we got some new signs for our programs throughout the state. So you should be using this logo in any kind of marketing that you're doing for your sites. And if you don't have this, or if you don't have a new sign, or if you'd like one, please contact us and we'll see what we can do. Last year we did a radio ad campaign with web banner ads on West Virginia Metro News, the football playoffs. And then we also helped develop with communications the West Virginia Adult Ed pocket portfolios for staff and student use. We had some templates for flyers, which the classrooms can utilize to help individualize their marketing directly towards their program. And I'll show you those here in a little bit, or a sample of some of those. A lot of this information, a lot of these resources are available on the Schoology website that we have set up for our adult education instructors. And if they just go to West Virginia Adult Ed and go to the resource tab, they will be able to access this. We developed some branding guidelines. So how do you use the logo and the American Job Center tagline and use it the right way in your marketing? There are certain guidelines. The Department of Ed have those for our for the West Virginia Department of Ed logo, and so we have them also for our logo. We've developed a social media guide. Tim, you want to go on to the next slide here? Thank you. I talked a little bit about the new signage for the adult education classrooms, the billboard campaign. We did a billboard campaign at the beginning of 2020, and it actually, in March, actually was when it was really kicked off. And the good news is that because of COVID 2020, a lot of our billboards stayed up a lot longer than we paid for. The bad news is we had COVID hit. And so we had we're not sure how effective that billboard campaign was, because everybody was supposed to call into the 800 number. And of course, when the state was shut down, all of that stopped. So once we got back to the office, we developed We're Open cards, and we distributed those via the county summer feeding programs. Try to let people know that we were still out there and we were working, doing some distance learning. That's one of the things that Adult Ed also does a lot of, is distance learning. We also designed and printed some pull-up banners for regional use. We did a brochure for distribution to businesses and job fairs, and also developed rack cards for distribution at the area workforce office, libraries, any place that you wanted to put things, so that put information about West Virginia adult education, so that hopefully you could get some referrals from them. And these things are available through the department. And if you would like them, all you have to do is contact myself or Tim or Sandra Atkins, because she was the one that helped design these and got them approved through communications. And we will be glad to have some printed and share them with you. Okay, the current initiatives that we're working on, social media ads using Facebook, Instagram, with those little short videos that you see on Facebook. We're trying to assist the local programs in their marketing initiatives. We're trying to connect the local programs' Facebook pages to the Department of Ed pages if they're not. And also, we're looking at trying to develop, with approval from communications, hopefully, our own adult ed Facebook page. As you can see here, this is a sample of one of the billboards that we used. And so as we're developing marketing materials, we try to maintain the same message in all of our marketing materials so people understand, because it's a statewide initiative, and we offer more than high school equivalency. We do the career exploration. We offer many, many certifications. So just to let you know that if you didn't see one of our billboards, this is a sample of one of them what it looked like. Okay, and again, these are just samples to show you that we try to keep the same theme throughout our marketing. The postcards that we send out, we are open, and then on the back it said, did you know the adult education programs provide all these different services? Call the 800 number or go to this website. Classes are free. The brochure, it was one of those brochures that was developed. It was at an angle. It used the Learn, Train, Succeed tagline, and was very in-depth about the programs and what we can do. The rack cards, and this is sort of a sample also of what one of the billboards that we did, I think, is where do you want to go? West Virginia adult ed classes provide free services, and so it lists all the information again about our programs and the 800 number. Okay, the local county program initiatives. Now, again, these resources are located in Schoology. A lot of our programs already have their own Facebook page. We'd like to see all of our programs try to develop an individual Facebook page. It's a great way to connect with students. They can use Facebook Messenger to get in touch with students, ask them why they're not coming back for reassessment or to be assessed or what's going on in their lives. Because our students, if you don't stay on top of them, sometimes we lose them. They fall through the cracks. So we try to find a way to communicate with them. And one of the things that we recommend is using text to connect with students. You can use Remind 101, Google Voice. Again, you don't want to use your own text or you don't want to use your own phone. So these are ways that you can get in touch with your students and remind them that we're out there. We do have flyer templates where the flyers, there's like the little tear-offs that I'm sure you've seen at the grocery store where people, can tear off a phone number or something to get information. Again, those are in Schoology for local programs to actually set up, and they can say, okay, this is from adult education, and we're located on Lutz Avenue in Martinsburg, or in adult education program located in Charleston, West Virginia, or in Oak Hill, West Virginia. So you can individualize it based upon your program needs. Public service announcements are free. We have some templates of those in there. Local newspaper ads, of course, are always good. Local business ads. And one of the things is have students write letters, testimonials, have your instructors write success stories, and turn them into the department. And we try to share them with communications, and they put them on the website or on the Facebook page. Okay, Tim, thank you. And this is just a sample of some of the program flyers. All righty. Okay, questions? You can contact myself or Dr. Tim Anderson, and this is our contact information. Thank you. Do we have any questions or anything?
I don't see any questions in the chat, Cindy.
Okay, great.
We're here to assist. Thank you for attending.
Yes, thank
Okay.
you. And Tim, thanks for being the slide negotiator today, or navigator.
My pleasure.
Yes. And if there's no questions, just want to remind you, if you want to direct your attention over to the chat, Angie Gardner did load up a key takeaway document. So if you have anything that Tim or Cindy went over today that you want to be able to make sure that you have a way to keep track of that information, you can be able to download that from the chat, and that's going to be going out in an email to you. Also, in the chat, we'd also like to get your feedback of this tech talk. So there's a link there. It's just a 5-question survey, an evaluation for today's tech talk. So please make sure that you take a minute or two to click on that link in the chat and be able to complete that feedback survey link.